The next thing to tackle in this exercise is the navigation that lives over on the left-hand side. To save some time, I've gone ahead and styled it in the recipe sort of way that we always do. And let me just talk you through some of the rules that are already in place. This navigation is inside of the left div tag. So one of the rules that is typically there would be the UL, the unordered list. And the only properties that are really needed there are to eliminate the padding in the margin. We've already done that with our star rule, so I don't have a left UL tag. The next rule that I have then is the left UL LI, which is part of the whole list to navigation recipe, and it has list style type none. The main properties live in the left UL LI A being the link. These are all links, so there's a background color, type color of white, they're displaying as a block. I've indicated a font. I've actually done that in the body rule, so I could eliminate that. I've decided to make the font size slightly smaller. It's bold. There's some margin and padding, but the results are what you see here. There's also a little bit of border radius that I'm using to round those corners. So when we are previewing this in the browser, just to kind of give you a heads up of where that's at, I also have a hover state that is changing the text color to orange. So nothing really new in what we've done. What is new, however, is that I want to take this whole list and move it up on the page. So we're going to need to deal with some negative margin in order to do that. The other thing I've decided that I'd like to happen is when I'm hovering over the navigation that it juts out a little bit. So let's deal with both of those. Let's deal with the hover state becoming wider first. That's the easiest of the two challenges. So here's my hover rule, which currently has the color indicated. As I move up, however, into the regular link rule, I have indicated that I want the width of each of those lines of navigation to be 160. So with that in mind, I'm going to add a property to my hover, which will change that. So instead of it being 160, we'll have it be 180. So it'll just increase in width a little bit upon the hover state. All right, the other thing then is I don't have a rule currently for the list. And I mentioned that typically just the margin and the padding would be properties in that rule. But that's the rule that I want to create to put the negative margin on. So this is a lot happening in this rule, so I need to come into the compound. So if I'm in the left div and I have a list, I want to move that whole list up onto my page, or further up on the page. So box category, the same for all, checkbox off, and negative, just pop in a number for now, negative 70, and hit apply. Looks like it needs to go up a little bit more. Let's keep moving along here. We'll try 180. My main goal is to hide this little mistake that I had left in the graphic. Okay, so that looks good. It might not be exactly as it was on my sample, but I have managed to move that up on the page through negative margin. When I preview that now in the browser, I have not only managed to move it up, but the fact that we've increased the width of our hover state is allowing this navigation to have this, somewhat interesting effect.